Hi there, it's Dean Odell with 7 Gables Real Estate in the Odell Group, and it's time for another Tustin Talks. Today is August 15th. We're going to do a quick summary on the Orange County market, and then we're going to move into the local markets within Tustin area. So let's take a look at the data. If you look at my favorite chart here, this breaks down the housing market into pricing categories. And what you'll notice is the lower the price, the higher the demand. Green indicates it's a strong seller's market, light green is a slight seller's market, white is a balanced market, and then you have a slight buyer's market and a deep buyer's market in the red. So you can see that the higher you go in price, the longer it takes to get the house sold, the less demand that there is relative to the share of inventory that's on the market. So now we have our chart that's only available here with us, the Odell Group. We take all the Tustin zip codes and we combine them and compare them so that people who are shopping in the Tustin area can specifically see the differences between the markets. And we do this in all markets that we serve, but since our office is in Tustin, we focus on this Tustin market. So when you look at 92705, which is the North Tustin market, you will see that the amount of listings has gone up since last year. So we're up slightly from last year. In 92780, you'll see we're actually down from last year. And in 92782, we're up. So all these markets move differently. What's really interesting to look at is where we are in this last 30-day period. We look at how many new listings came up versus pendings. And if you look at that, this is where the market's changing a little bit. New listings that went on the market were 49 and pendings were 49 in the 92705 zip code. For 92780, it was 44 and 46, meaning they actually sold more homes than came on the market. And in 92782, it was 33 homes that came on the market versus 27 that sold. So when you look at what's happening in the market, what we're starting to see is a reversal here where the inventory is slowing down coming on the market. The sales are going up a bit that are happening. You can see that the pendings, the escrows, were up 36% in 92705, 77% in 92780, and they were down 16% in 92782. So we have to ask ourselves, well, why is there all this change going on? A lot of it has to do with pricing, and a lot of it has to do with interest rates. Buyers and sellers, if you look at the months of inventory, you'll see in the North Tustin zip code, there is almost 4 months of inventory on the market. That's getting pretty close to a market of equilibrium. And why is that? Well, let's look at the average sold price. The average sold price is over $1 million. Okay, the average active price is 1.7 million versus 1.5. So people in North Tustin are trying to push pricing a little bit, but you're seeing that at the end of the day, when the dust settles, people are actually buying houses a little bit less than they were last year in North Tustin. And that's just averages, but it just kind of shows where your market demand is. In 92780, you can see the same thing. Last year, the active inventory was 665. It went up to 687. The average sold this year was 620 versus 560. So that market, it actually went up in price. Why did it go up in price? Well, that's a lower priced market. There's a lot of demand. Interest rates have dropped, so those houses are still accelerating. 92782, you can see the average active price there at 1116 versus what it was last year at 1277. And you can see that the average sold price has gone down there as well, 856,000 versus 949,000. So in the higher priced markets, you can see that the average sold price has gone down almost 10% over last year. Finally, we look at what are houses selling at. The FLP, final listing price, versus the sales price. Well, you can see that we're at 98% in North Tustin, we're at 99% in Tustin, and we're at 97% in 92782 zip code. So what does that tell you, sellers? It tells you you don't have to have a whole lot of flexibility, you just need to be priced right. Okay, buyers, so what advice am I going to give you this Tustin Talks? Guess what? People are buying again, you guys. You do not want to miss out on these interest rates at the lowest they've been in a long time. But you have to make sure that you are not buying a property just because you think you're going to make a lot of money on it. The strategy now has to be a long-term hold. You should be buying this property to fulfill your needs, whether it be that you need a bigger house, whether you want your first home. But the holding period on this has to be 5 years or more, okay? you're going to chew off about 3% on your mortgage every year from just paying your mortgage. That's 15%. It's going to cost you at least $5 to sell your house, and that leaves you 10% for the market to go down to break even, right? Nobody wants to break even, but the reality is if you got to put a roof over your head, why pay rent? You're just paying someone else's mortgage. That's my advice for you buyers. Take advantage of these long-term rates. Sellers, what's my advice for you? Okay, well, first of all, recognize the price range that your house is in. Certain price ranges take certain times to sell. The higher the price, the longer it's going to take you to sell, unless you execute a strategy of pricing it absolutely aggressively to begin with, because that's what a lot of these buyers are waiting for. They're waiting to get excited about something. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, you got to have an experienced agent advising you who understands how to handle these situations when multiple offers come in from an aggressive pricing strategy. Otherwise, you have to have a pricing strategy that only leaves you within a few percent of market value. Okay, so whether you're a buyer or a seller, what's really important is to have an experienced agent with knowledge. Do not just call people off the internet. There's zillions of people in this business that quite honestly just don't have the ability to help you, okay? They're not gonna do what's best for you. Make sure you hire an agent that's gonna bring you the most value, help you prep that house, and has a process for selling homes. The Odell Group has all of the above, so we can help you there. Get an agent that has experience. The Odell Group's been in the business for almost 40 years. We have agents in every price range, every phase of life. Just inquire and subscribe here to our Tustin Talks, and we hope to see you in 2 weeks. Thanks.
Hey guys, who are you getting your real estate advice from? Do you know there's 23,000 agents in Orange County and 87% of them are going to be out of the business within 5 years? The Odell Group's been around for nearly 40 years. We are ranked number 9 in transactions closed, and we can give you the right advice to help you make good decisions. So please click on our subscribe button here and start watching the videos, and let us know if there's anything we do to help you.